Okay, Coach, we are at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
And
right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Cousins to throw it this time. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Devin Bush In there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll look to throw here. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a 1st down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st, Michelle. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins. Ryan Shazier got in that time. The 1st-round pick of 2014.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Catch is made by Harry. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They're working out of the gun. Cousins. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. The Patriots into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Sean Davis with a pick. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Doesn't take any great analysis on my part. It's been pretty obvious. Last couple of plays, these guys have been going in the wrong direction.
Offensive line overwhelmed on those plays. Now, I think it's safe to say going to the air here on 3rd. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. They'll set up to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 18. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. It was a play that was designed to trick the defense, to try and fool them. They didn't gain a huge chunk of yardage, but they did pick up a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Check 15, check 15. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the two-jet bombers, two-jet bombers. Two.
On the ground, Michelle. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. That good for 22 and a first down. That looked like a 2-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties. We saw the example of it right there. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Bring up 48.
They'll run it. This is Michelle. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play. New England on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there. And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now. They don't want to go out and punt it away again.
This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Here we go. Set and logo. Ready to go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Cousins to Michel on the screen. And he's taken down inside the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Back to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And the Steelers signal for another timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. From the gun, they run with Michel. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long for Cousins. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And with just 4 seconds left in this 1st half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So tied for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Short boot, take it at the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
At the 36-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our general. Fast. Rush in. Rush in. Check the hot read.
Now a carry for Pirine. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
They stopped him in his tracks.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Gun.
And it's Michel once again. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Cousins to throw it. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down to the 29-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Throwing, Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin Bush able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack on 1st down, Cousins. And on the connection, this is Ryan Izzo, complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They're running it. It's Michel. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Throwing is Cousins. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
The Steelers' 5-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the ground, this is Michel. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead.
And Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
And that set up everything in the end result, the short touchdown run. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there. So that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Man, Tucson. Let's go, B, let's go. Hey, let's get this. Alpha.
Second and 11. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down.
He was covered by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Steelers on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is third and 11. They'll set up a throw. And he finds McDonald. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. He'll look to throw. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10.
And let's get this, get this. Yes! H3, 218, chopper, chopper. Come on. Wahoo!
They're going to look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10.
All day, orbit.
Second and 10. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's third down.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. looking to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 12-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll look to throw here. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Deontay Johnson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now this throw caught left side. That one good for 13 at a New England first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Back. Check nickel.
They'll run with Michelle. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
I'm coming after you. Tight dog. Check 37. Can. Gun. Come to me, it's me. Leave it. Bring up 48.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Devin Bush in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Go. You better be afraid of me. Like 50. Defense wins championship.
4th down, Cousins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Bud Dupree. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Okay, ready? Mike 51. Hey, here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 44-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Sony Michel, and it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Cousins. That's out to his running back, Michel. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Back to throw. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. And a Patriot 1st down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Exit. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Here's Cousins. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
Check. Lucky. Mike 50. Check. Ringo 48. Slam. Good route here. Mike's 50.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
One last shot now for Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. We all knew what was coming. The help.